you can become pregnant through the butt, and you don't want to have a butt baby.
I don't want to brag or anything like that, but I got a fun little soggy, milky butt you can play with when you're drunk.
I can't shop. I can't go try jeans on. I got all these farts in me.
Lady boob, woman boob, bear boob, boob out, single boob, two boobs. Where does the thumb go?
Thumb goes.
I don't know where the thumb goes. Where does the thumb go?
The thumb goes where we all want it to go.
The thumb go when you go and you get that thumb in you and you do. Get the thumb. That was like a 90s jam. That was like the B-side of the Macarena, right? Get the thumb in you and you do whatever you do when the thumb is in you. And
yeah, it just didn't perform as well in the clubs.
Well, it's a B-side.
All of the
all the thumb action that was going on.
Outrageous thumb.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys were alive in '93 or not, but if you don't remember the thumbing epidemic going on in the clubs, you weren't living, if you know what I mean. You weren't out on the Virginia Beach streets unless y'all were getting thumbed. Do you understand?
I was a toddler and I was thumbed aggressively.
We were all thumbed after we would square dance in school, and then the Macarena was thrown in for fun, but then they accidentally played the thumb song, and chaos ensued.
I think it's more than chaos when a bunch of teenagers thumb each other in a gym.
Oh, it's chaos.
They all did that thing.
Chaos is the only word you can. Yeah, they did.
When you put your thumb. Yeah, that exactly. You put your thumb in your mouth, you press it against your cheek, and you pop it out.
Everybody did it at the same time, and it broke the sound barrier in the floor, and the basketball court like rippled, and everybody was just thumbing the fuck out of each other.
Yeah, and
prom was crazy.
We couldn't bounce basketballs on that floor anymore.
No,
they went
couldn't.
Crazy. But I one time tried to dribble, and it made a 3-point shot, and
that was the only time I've ever scored in
they
basketball.
hung my jersey up in the rafters.
They were like, no one's ever made a shot in the school before.
They tried to make one of those things where, you know, the like participation ribbons that everyone is like really upset about.
So many jerseys on the wall that but they're in like
the rafters.
They're in like different. They're in like different shades. So like when you look at it just right, it makes a picture of like you making the 3-point shot.
I don't know if I did enough.
But like you look really shitty. Like you.
As opposed to all the other, I look fucking great.
I just look really shitty bouncing the basketball. Like, just stupid.
It's like the one time the kid passed a ball to me and I wasn't looking and I turned into it and it broke my nose. Allegedly. This time around. Can we pull the video up on that? It's just the video of you getting your nose. I'm like, you were there. Crazy. Turns around to me. It's me in this outfit right now. I'm like, you went back in time for the one time in high school when someone didn't know look past me and it shattered my nose.
I had a third wish from a genie and he was like, make it good. And I was like, oh, I got one.
He just ran out of ideas. You were like, I think my friend got hit in the nose with the basketball. And genie's like, we got it on. But then it just points and then you're there. And why didn't you save me? If you could go back in time, you simply filmed it instead of saving me.
Because here's why. Because when
it's one of the 3 possibilities that broke my nose that led to me having to have nose surgery when I was 17.
Here's the thing. I got that genie lamp and I rubbed it, and he said I had 3 wishes. First wish, free the genie. Then he gives you unlimited wishes because it breaks you from the curse of the genie thing where you don't get unlimited wishes. Free the genie, get unlimited wishes. Second wish, unlimited wishes.
Infinity hamburgers.
No,
if you have unlimited wishes.
Infinity pizza, where it's a slice and you take a bite and the slice just comes back. So you always get to take a bite of the best piece of the pizza.
Because genies are tricky and that pizza's going to get cold.
But you freed the genie and so he's like, thank you.
Now he's just
infinite
able to
pizza.
Do
infinite good. You did something great for him instead of just wanting him to be in servitude.
The jar.
Yeah, and there's a reason that he needed to be freed, and you finally came along and understood him and what he needed. And what he needed was for you to free him and then wish for unlimited wishes because he was so grateful that he was free that he gave you the hot unlimited pizza slice when everyone else, when they asked for the unlimited hamburger and the unlimited pizza slice, they got the cold one.
Okay, so if you had 3 genie wishes, it's fucked up to me. I just told you there was 3
infinite.
possible.
I got infinite wishes, and
so
the
that
third
makes
wish,
it worse. But listen.
But the third wish is to go back in time, but I could only get 1. Genie rule.
But you have unlimited wishes. So it implies that you could repeat.
Yes, but you can't repeat the wish. It's infinity wishes. Because like, what are you gonna do? Wish for all the money in the world twice? Like,
yes.
Wish for infinite money twice? Like, what do you do? The world blows up. Just to make sure. Hey, I forgot my infinity money wallet at the house that I have on me all the time because it's the magic infinity wallet. Oh, I left it in my magic pants.
If you have 3 wishes, it's fucked up to me. I just told you there was 3 possible scenarios that
I gotta waste all 3 wishes going back in time to stop your nose from getting broken?
Yeah, but the thing is,
use your wishes for it.
I haven't met the genie.
I have infinite wishes. I can give you 3.
Is that you would go back in time and film all of those things, but not step in?
Because it's like
one of them was at birth.
Because it's like if you smack a mosquito, you could like fuck up. Like there's no oatmeal in the future or something. So like you just fuck everything.
Fine.
Yeah, it's fun. No, but it could be more fucked up than that. Like I smack a mosquito. Like I stop you from getting your nose broken, and natter days never exist. Like,
but we would have never known. So it's fine.
Yeah, but
only you would know, and it's your cross to bear for playing with time and a genie. You fucked that genie, and everything.
I didn't fuck the genie.
The genie fucked you.
That's why. No, the genie didn't fuck me either.
It was a big blue Aladdin dick.
No, the
R.I.P.
genie.
Robin Williams.
I get to fuck whoever I want because I have infinite wishes from the genie.
But listen, one of those times I could have broken my nose was my mom giving birth. So I'd prefer if you weren't there. Don't fix that one.
Don't film that one.
Don't fix it.
But
don't
what if that's
into my mom's
one?
Vagina and guard my nose? I don't know how it works. It's fucked up to think that simple
fucked up to think that you think I could reach
nose.
Into your mom while you were also being born.
I was 11
what if I could just
pounds and 7 ounces.
Holy shit.
You could reach into anything you
giant
wanted.
salami.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Why can't I just go back in time and have your mom get a C-section?
They weren't doing that back then.
They were.
In the 40s when I was born?
It was experimental.
Folks,
but
are we alluding to
Are we alluding to the things on the show?
Number 1 out of 10 final episodes because it wasn't a fucking joke.
Yeah,
we're
very
not
serious. Fucking around.
1 out of
10.
This is the first one. You ready? There's 9
10,
more of these.
9, 8, 7, 10, 10,
yeah.
10.
So you guys are lucky.
Episode 10.
We don't know how to count. Yeah, episode 10. 1 out of 10. Also episode. Now I'm confused. 168. 168, 1 out of 10. We have 9 more episodes. This is number 10. Are you ready for this ride? If you listen to all of them... Are you going to ride it
out to the end with us, or are you going to jump off right before we crash off the cliff?
If you listen to all of them at the same time, there's a secret to unlimited Dapper Dads episodes.
There's a secret to making the show continue for as long as you want.
You have to wait till there's all 10 episodes. And if you're listening to this one now, it voids that agreement. So you should have never listened to this one and played all 10 at the...
Now make sure you find a genie.
Yeah.
Which get unlimited wishes. And
fucking
the only
Slim
place...
unleashed the genie, so he's not even granting wishes anymore.
I can't grant the wishes.
He's free. Because there's an agreement between a genie that the only reason that they give you wishes is because they're trapped in a bottle. We all
but
heard
this
the
genie is so
Aguilera song.
Yeah, but this genie is so grateful that I freed him that he's going to give me all these wishes. See, because everyone else is
give other people wishes.
Yeah, but that's not my problem.
But you're saying a thing that they can't get.
Yeah, that's fine because I did the right thing. Okay, it's not my fault. I'm the only person in history who's ever done the right thing.
It's fucked up, guys.
It's fucked up, dude, that you would even suggest that I don't deserve a genie.
Go to
www.dapperdads.com to tell me if I deserve a genie or not.
Hey, folks, we're still looking for submissions. I know some of you have been in a state of shock and dysentery.
I know some of you. Some of you have dysentery so bad that you haven't been able to use your computers.
I know some of you heard the fact that we are done with this shit in a mere 9 more episodes.
9 more weeks of this.
And you haven't been able to eat. And that's just the state of
depression.
depression.
I heard some of you clutched your pearls so hard and you're still laying on the floor clutching them, staring up at the sky.
I've heard a couple of you clutched your pearls so hard that they've went into your hands. And what I need you to do is pass those pearls through your ass and put them back on your necklace. Because it's fucked up to think of you not having that beautiful pearl necklace. It's fucked up to think that your
grandma's pearls are not fucked up over us.
And I don't want to shatter anyone's world more than it would be if you were to clutch your pearls so much that they went into your body. But also, pearl necklace is a term for when a man pulls out of a woman that he has sex with. I guess a man also pulls out of a human being. Let's just get down to brass tacks. And he ejaculates delicately on their neck in a fashion. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever came delicately.
Really? I come delicately.
I don't know how
twice
to
a
come
week.
delicately.
In a butt. Because you can't come super hard. It's a butt.
I think you can come as hard as you want.
Fall apart.
A butt can fall apart?
The inner structure of an anus is very delicate.
How much does it take to fall apart?
A couple more thrusts.
So it can take a pound. So it can take a pounding and a bust, but not a cum.
Yeah, you can't come super hard because you can.
So it can take a bunch of thrusts, but not a bunch of busts.
Listen, it is...
How much bus can the human ass handle?
It is a thing that people think is that you can not get pregnant from the butt. But you can tear through the wall and ejaculate into the vagina through the butt. We are on the end of our run as being the greatest podcast ever. I've got to sneeze.
I gotta
ruin it.
Don't sneeze in my please don't sneeze in my Gatorade.
No, it hurts so bad for me. I can't believe you would drop your cap. Sneeze.
I can't believe a cap drop stopped you from sneezing. No cap. I can't believe that stopped you from sneezing.
I gotta focus on the sneeze so aggressively.
Focus. Feel it.
No, it's gone now.
And
it just hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts so bad.
Maybe if we could have stopped you from being born vaginally, we could have fixed this.
Fuck, we could have fixed a lot of things. We have spent a lot of time talking about our dicks and our butts. I don't know if we talk about our butts.
I don't know if we talk about our butts.
Well, we talk about shitting, which is from the butt.
But, yeah.
Anyway, folks, the thing we're trying to say is you can become pregnant through the butt, and you don't want to have a butt baby.
But you cannot get pregnant through your mouth.
Right. So go to dapperdadspodcast@gmail.com and email that a video of you swallowing gum.
Wow. I don't know if we can say that. Wait, yes, we can. It's our show. We can say whatever we want.
Listen, we're on the end, so if you haven't sent us explicit moments of your life, now's the time to do it.
Now's the time. If you're going to send it, if you're going to do it,
you don't have to do it.
Because we're going to make the email go away.
Yeah, the email.
All the stuff's going to go away.
The shit's fucking done.
Like, it's over.
Moments away.
People don't understand.
So send all your nasty fucking sexual videos.
Send all the sexuality and
you
pornography.
You can also FaceTime 402-7 Dapper. That's 402-732-7737.
Just a joint hanging from my lips like this. I'm just like, stop.
I don't think you can FaceTime it, but you can send videos that were recorded on your nice phones.
So send a video of you swallowing to 402-7 Dapper.
I mean, that's kind of hard to... I mean, unless it shoots into the mouth.
I mean...
Or spitting. You can do whatever.
Or spitting.
What sexual content you want. You feel like the dads need to see.
Send us some homemade sexual content. Let's just put it that way.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Well, let's just see what you got.
Throw it out there. We'll watch it.
We'll rate it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Or we won't. Just tell us what you want us to do with it.
Yeah.
One of us will jerk off to it. Who will it be? No one may ever know.
I think they know.
But I think we'll both know.
I think we know who it is.
Like, did you jerk off to that? And he'll be like, yeah, did you? And I'll be like, yeah, did you? And then we'll be like, yeah, did you?
Yeah, did you? Yeah, did you? Yeah,
because that's how it works when people send us explicit things.
I'm currently jacking off to it, and I get a text, are you jerking off to it? Because I'm jerking. And I'm just like...
Swipe it away.
Yeah. Are you jerking off to this?
Yeah.
And you're like... Yeah.
Yeah, if we're spitting on our hands or our penises,
if
that
we're
means
spitting on our penises at the same time and watching it and jerking off.
If we're spitting on each other's penises about it, that means you've
during a
something.
Pandemic?
Yeah, that means you've sent something.
Holy shit.
Can you get COVID by spitting into a penis?
I feel like that's one of the best ways to get it. Like, not in like
the best one?
Not like the best.
Because you're like, yeah.
But I mean, I feel like if it's about like water droplets and particles on things, I feel like...
I also want to double back and be like, it's probably one of the best ways to get it as far as like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I also want to... Yeah, if you're going to get...
Because if you're like, you got
how many people have you been in contact with? Oh, just that guy I was jerking off with and spitting on his dick while he spat on my dick.
Yeah, listen, if I get COVID from going in a bar that's really risque, I'd be bummed. If I got COVID because a human being, I'll leave it open-ended because I'm a progressive man, spit into my penis hole, that's better, right?
The aim from the penis hole. I don't think
I have a huge penis hole.
I don't think
we've been over this.
We've been over this. I don't think you would get it from the spit being in your penis. I think you would get it from the spit getting on you and you inhaling
Listen, folks, if you have COVID, call 402-7-DAPPER and schedule time to spit in both of our penises. And we
have a test we want to try. You know those ads you see on Facebook and shit where they're like, do you have COVID and have to get groceries every week? We'd like to do a test with you. And I'm like,
I just thought of the STD test on. They stick the thing
in your PP and pull it out.
And folks, it's been over a decade since I've had that happen, and I think about it every 3 weeks.
I'll drink to that.
I'll never forget the pain that I went through. So go to www.patreon.com/dapperdads, where that is still active, because people seem to not understand how things work. Get in while you can, because we're still... I wish I had an update on how that's going to work when this all ends, but I Googled it today, and then I got distracted by my washer. So... working towards a resolution, but
we're working on.
If I'm going to keep washing clothes, I just don't know if I have time. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's why people are like, "Why is the podcast happen?" I got laundry, clothes, dude. Like it's.
Yeah, I got like a house to clean.
I got a lot of laundry. I keep buying T-shirts.
Yeah,
I didn't buy a $50 T-shirt today.
I didn't buy a $40 T-shirt today.
I would like a congratulations from you to me.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I will not congratulate you because you don't have a problem. I think I have a problem.
That you know
realized I have a T-shirt buying problem, and I had a record buying problem, and it's changed into another problem where I can't get this one specific record I'm looking for. Chief Keef Back from the Dead 2, if anybody wants to send it to me, because I fucked up. Also, it's Slim's birthday today. If you're listening to it. This on the day that it comes out, Slim has turned 37. So light 37 candles in your house. Light 37
candles and blow them out with
your
pee
hole. Rub yourself out. Men or female.
Honest to God, if you want to get me anything for my birthday, listeners, just rub one out. You don't got to think about me. Think about whatever you want. Think about whatever makes you happy.
He told me, and he said not to tell anybody.
Oh, you dog.
The one thing he's looking for his birthday is someone to get Chief Keef Back from the Dead 2 and give it to Drum.
Oh, I wish you hadn't told him.
I know.
I mean, it's so embarrassing.
I wanted to get it for you for me, but it didn't work out.
I wanted you to get it, so you give it to me so I could give it to you.
From the Dead, Back from the Dead 2 features the hit song Finito, and I don't have to explain why that's very important for me to own in my life. Go to www.twitter.com, scroll through it. There's a lot of shit going on. I've seen a lot of nudity recently that I'm a fan of.
Same. But I've also seen a lot of nudity that's questionable.
That's all I've ever known. So to see the good things, I wish I had my phone. I saw a thing I have to show you. Some of the biggest, juiciest, milkiest tits I've seen in a minute.
Okay.
On just a gorgeous
That sucks that we got to be recording this on a phone because I feel like I need to see it now.
Just remind me. Because I wanted to show all of them. When we're all together later, hypothetically. I wanted to present this to people without any words spoken and just let you guys bask in what I found yesterday in a random YouTube video. And then frantically searched the comments to hone in on, and I found what I wanted. And I've heard there's a rumor of an Onlyfans, and I will pay for it.
Interesting.
But I couldn't confirm it because I had laundry to do. So,
interesting.
You know what I mean?
Couldn't pay for an Onlyfans because he had too much laundry to do, folks.
Folks, go to Instagram.com. Does anyone do that? And type in Dapper Dad's Podcast.
Or do they just
do my laundry so I can buy OnlyFans, which in turn is supporting a young, beautiful,
help his simp
milky, breasted woman.
This is awful to see from across the table.
Noticeable.
The most noticeable boobs.
The most noticeable oops.
Hey, I mean, it kind of looks like a little titty if you want to talk about it.
Suck on that.
The most licking on the little titty.
Noticeable boobs I've seen in a minute. Hey, absolute goddess. What were we talking about?
I don't know, but you keep closing your eyes and getting sweaty over there. It's making me really fucking uncomfortable. Yeah, oh boy, I'm going to need you to do that into the camera for me really quick. You should. Turn off the camera.
We should turn off the lights.
Turn off the lights and see what happens once 3 fingers start going everywhere.
No, I need these boobs. You cannot. Part of your body cannot replicate these boobs, even your soggy butt, and we know your soggy butt is one of the soggiest.
I don't want
milkiest.
I don't want to go out and
funnest.
I don't want to brag or anything like that, but I got a fun little soggy, milky butt you can play with when you're drunk.
So imagine these tits.
Imagine these tits that are better than my milky butt.
I've seen a lot of milky butts.
I've seen a lot of milky dumpy butts that blop around in my day, but I ain't never seen a boob what done the wave like these tatas.
You know, I've said time and time again, you have the bloppiest butt I've ever seen.
Ma'am, I hate to say that one could build a noshery on top of your tatas and just go to town, but
can we talk about giant boobs? I've been in. Hold on.
Can we?
Let's dial it back. Listen, let me present this in a more appropriate way because we are a sophisticated podcast.
We're sophisticated men.
We're going out on the top, not in that low run we're not taking living in for the past 100
several
episodes.
Years. Yeah.
Do you go through phases? Right now, I'm into large breasts, if I can choose. Porn-wise, photograph-wise, peeking through bushes,
daydreaming-wise.
Yeah. just
drawing in a notebook all day
at
while
the
you're supposed to be working.
If I can peruse.
At the store, taking the fruit that looks like boobs and putting them together so it
pressing
looks
them
like
against
boobs.
a woman's chest, like these don't match.
These are right, and you're getting bigger fruit, and you're like, these match.
Yeah. So I'm into big boobs. It's been a minute. I fell off. I didn't care. I was into butts and into throaty blowjobs.
Right,
like you're spitting in each other's mouth. Your traditional shit. And now I'm back on a big boob wagon.
Yeah.
Does this happen to you?
Yes.
And it kind of comes out of nowhere. One day you see a large breast, just one, and you're like,
here, usually what happens if we're talking about phases, what'll usually happen is, I'll pop on the old Pornhub and I'll see like what's new, what's hot. What's my recommended? Let's see what's going on. And
you got to work with what's presented.
You got to work with what's presented.
5 videos.
So you got to check it out.
Because it's what everybody else is up to.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because it's what the world's doing.
We all know what we want.
But then but then what happens to me is I'll be looking at my recommendeds and it'll be the stuff I like that I've been watching. And then I'll like pick one out. But then it'll have something like a large boob. And I'll be like, I haven't
thought about a large boob.
I haven't thought about big old titties in a minute. And then you click on the big boobs tag or like large tits or sloppy tits, whatever tag seems to fit whatever your feet. Sloppy tits is
Sloppy tits is underrated.
Sloppy tits usually has spitting involved, which I'm 100%.
Well, yeah, they got to get sloppy.
I've been into big asses recently. Like big asses.
See, I feel like I'm always into big asses.
Wait, big asses is like always but I'm like there's been so like
Are we talking gigantic? Are we talking comical?
I'm not talking.
Are we talking absurd?
No, I'm not talking comically absurd. I'm talking like, but just like
I'm not talking comically absurd. That would be ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm talking comical or absurd. I'm talking
Let's not merge these.
I'm talking like okay,
DC and Marvel, buddy.
We're not doing Batman with Iron Man. Okay, that's not how this is gonna fucking work. Here's
She's got the Batman ass. She's got the Iron Man ass.
She's got the Iron Man ass. She's got the Spider-Man ass.
That thing is web.
She's got the Bane ass. That thing is veiny. It's big. It's got the juice. So you always like big ass. Like it's a standard to like big asses. Yeah, but like you know how like you just see it and like it does that extra with you. You know, like it just revs you up.
And you're like, I guess I'll.
There's just something about like asses in videos, like just recent, like oiled up asses, just big ones, just that frame of an ass where it's just the ass bouncing up and down, like that angle specifically, that reverse cowgirl.
Sure. Yep.
I'm like, yeah, this is what when it's reverse cowgirl, big ass, lips popping from the back. That's
butthole waking.
I hate to say it, but it's like you like to see the action happen, and I'm not into ass play so much myself, but it's like watching it isn't the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, I like when they spread it open with
the
instruments.
The gloves. Have you seen the gape gloves? The branded gape gloves?
I've seen a lot of gaping materials and products and whatnot.
There's a specific. If we're gonna get into it, there is a specific.
Please do.
Actress. I can't recall the name off the top of my head because I just discovered her days ago. But it's the only thing. Super fresh. But it was like a compilation thing, and like you know how like you can like kind of tap the video a little bit and see like some screens of what's going on. I saw like 5 screens in a row where I was like, this okay this it was beyond. It was like one of those things where I was like, did somebody look into my head while I was asleep and was like, what does this guy want to jack off to? He wants to jack off to this, and it's like I don't even know how to describe. It's like a compilation of a very specific thing. I don't know if I want to get into on here.
Like you gotta at least hint at it. I don't know. Whenever you're comfortable. I'm gonna say last 10 episodes.
Okay, it's swallowing cum, but it's very
it's not that crazy.
It's like extreme, like face fucking, like taking
the big
all
cums that make you
big
feel
comes
like they're not
lots
real.
of spit and like and everything like that, you know. But it's like that. But it's like the like her, just the way her face looks, like just how pretty she is, and
when
what she's
receiving this comes.
Specifically when receiving the comes is when I'm skipping around, because I'm like, and this is rare for me because I like jerking it to the action. I like the cum shots are nice, but I like jerking to the action.
Yeah,
that's where I like to be in it.
Come to a cum shot.
But this is like a cum shot compilation, and like there's like a compilation.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, make sure, folks, if you're listening,
Burks, if you're typing it in, make sure it's compilation.
We've all seen compilations. That's old and tired.
old school. It's tired. You want the compilation where the girl is looking right into the camera with the big fucking lips, swallowing all of it, and you see like the pulsing. And yeah, I'm so horny talking about this, and I'm upset you brought it up.
We immediately just dove into it. What was my initial? Oh, just big sloppy tits. My main question to get away from your horny achievements.
I'm sorry, you made this happen. You know you can't bring this up with me.
How, like, I feel like it is always interesting. I think part of it is on my Instagram Explore page, which we've been over this in depth.
Curse Explore. Damn Explore straight to hell.
www.patreon.com/dapperddads. We have dove deeply into each of our explorers, and they are hornier than you would imagine.
Explore is the devil.
And I'm not. I think you're double tapping some horny shit.
Yeah, I'm double tapping too much horny
shit.
I
never do at all. Yeah. I won't do it.
My problem is I'm getting too damn high, and I won't do it on Twitter.
I'm not saying one of us are right or wrong. I'm saying
I'm saying I don't want to be, but I just don't even think about it, and then I'm sitting there.
But that's what I'm saying is you get it because you're doing it. I religiously don't do it.
See, but that's how I am on Twitter. I religiously won't like horny shit on Twitter. Yeah, they will show it to everybody. And I've been told I can't do that anymore.
It was getting aggressive. But that's what I mean. I won't. Yeah. I'll observe it. I'll remember it forever. I'll lurk the page. I'll go into OnlyFans. I'll deep dive. I will never like the photo. And I'm still getting absurdly horny things on my Explore page.
Which means
specifically, one is some of the largest breasts I've ever seen in some of the scantiest clad. Like, her whole thing is just these tits in different environments. She's just doing normal shit, pulling muffins out of the oven. Tits are pouring out of the apron. She's fishing. Tits are pouring out of the fishing.
I may have seen this.
I feel like everyone knows this big boob lady. And that's another thing I have. And I'm like all for everybody getting after their bag.
Right.
Trust me. And especially ladies, like, let's empower this shit. You got big milky tits. Throw them on the internet.
Make them pay for it. Make them pay for it.
I will never like the photo, but I might dive in OnlyFans. The thing is,
what's better, liking the photo or paying $20 for an OnlyFans?
I'd rather pay the money.
Yeah, it's better support.
I support the woman and no one knows. And like, I think Instagram doesn't do the thing anymore. You remember how you used to be able to see what people liked? Like, you could just go to their page and look, and you're like, I have people in my life
who
that
don't
shouldn't be allowed
to
see what I like. Because what I do in my close quarters is what I'm doing.
It's my private business.
You know what I mean? If I want to do, I want to like a thirst trap, it's there.
I'm doing what it's my
don't
business.
Do it for that reason.
What makes me horny in the company of myself when I'm alone is my fucking business.
Yeah, it's my right. But what upsets me is I have big sloppy balls and I don't think I can monetize them. Can we talk about it?
We can talk about it because...
do you think it's unfair?
No, because balls are disgusting.
Okay, I'm not talking balls. I'm talking hog.
I'm saying everything. Balls are non-monetizable.
I know, but I'm just upset. And I know. I want the patriarchy to fall as much as the rest of us.
Well, we don't like it as much as you
love seeing the big sloppy tits, and I will always enjoy looking at it. But I'm like, I wish I had any sloppy version to... put out
like there. I wish because
you know what I mean?
I've had this thought recently because
penis balls. What else do I have?
See, I've had this thought recently because there is undoubtedly a lot of horny things on my Twitter timeline, and I'm going through, and one of the things I think after a while is like, you know, how the angles that they're taking these photos at and these videos at, you know, because some of these things are like extreme in such a. There's one girl, she posts like the same type of photo every day, and it's her like bent over, spreading everything, looking back and smiling, but it's always like different lingerie, different setting, different something, you know. And I'm like, the way she's posing for this photo looks horribly uncomfortable, first of all, constantly, because it's always on like a beach or a hardwood floor, and she's like butt naked, so you know that doesn't feel good on her elbows and knees. And then you got to have like the lights and the camera set up right and everything.
But to interject real quick, my least favorite thing is when the photo quality is not good. You're not hitting the angle.
Yeah.
Who's in your life? That's your dude?
Yeah,
you got whoever it is. That's
somebody's doing you a disservice.
That's a close friend or a partner, obviously, because these are photos that not everyone would take.
Right.
And it's like when I take photo, if you're like, get a photo of me, I'm gonna get the best photo I can.
Right, yeah.
So if you were like, get a photo of my cock and balls, as much as I'd love to think that I would object, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to
get the
photograph
best
that
angle.
thing like you wouldn't believe. Like, I'm going to change the whole landscape of this cock and balls, because there's a lot against me working with this. You know what I mean? I got to get like...
Even just for the fact it's cock and balls that you're working with.
Yeah, I'm specifically talking about yours. You know what I mean? Like, we got to get more lighting. I might have
my
to
skin's
fluff it
so
a little
fucking
bit.
pale.
I'm gonna flick
like,
it a bunch. I don't know if we need to go up or down.
You're
I'm
gonna
thinking
spit
up.
on it. Try to shine it up a little bit.
Bunch. Like, there's gonna be a lot of spitting. It's gonna be 45 minutes of spit before I even open up the phone. And I don't even know if it's phone. Maybe it's a camera. But maybe
it's a DSLR with a fisheye lens on it.
I've subscribed to the OnlyFans. I've talked about this privately. I don't know if I've put it out on the podcast, but 10 episodes left. You got to tell the people. I've subscribed to OnlyFans.
And now I just want to take this moment. Time out. I want to take this moment to say that I have still not subscribed to an OnlyFans. So can we go back to episode whatever the fuck it was where you were like, you're going to get an OnlyFans.
But you were so aggressively against it.
Because I won't pay for it. I just won't do. I support it. I just won't do it.
You won't do it.
Because, you know,
I
come too damn fast to pay for an OnlyFans. Okay,
listen,
I don't need
mine has been. I'll just air it all out.
Yeah, I'm airing it all out.
So
I come too fast to pay $20 a month for an OnlyFans.
I come faster than Speedy Gonzalez.
I come faster than anybody. Okay, we gotta whip this out and prove it. Bro, I came right now. I just came. I already came.
On the last episode, we're doing a huge
We're
come
gonna jack off together. We're gonna see who comes first.
Hard. So tune in. And tell everybody you know to listen to just that episode.
Just listen to
so
it.
That
Don't watch it.
They can't look you in the eyes at Thanksgiving anymore.
Yeah, make sure you play it on the TV for grandma.
My thing is that the OnlyFans that I have subscribed to, there's been 2, are beautiful women that I have followed on Instagram just because they're beautiful women.
Yeah.
You know, I like to keep it at 5. I follow 5 hot bitches on Instagram. I'll say it, 5. You keep it at a number, keep it in check. And they have other things that I think warrant me following them. 2 of them don't. They're just whores. But the rest of them are hot.
Calling it like we're seeing it now, folks. 10 episodes left.
And I've followed them, and then they got into OnlyFans. And that is like a dream, because I followed you because you're hot. So the fact that you have OnlyFans, I'm for sure diving in head first. Too soon, as we've
discussed
privately, there's a way to go about OnlyFans, and we might talk about it at www.patreon.com/dapperdadads. That's what we should have done the whole time with Patreon, is say that we might talk about things and never talk about them.
That's pretty much what we did.
I don't know if we have, but I love the idea of us figuring out how things work in the last 10 episodes. Anyways, I don't know where we're even going, but the one that I subscribe to, I'm like, it's a disservice. What I'm seeing is a disservice.
Yeah.
Like, you are hot, so hot to me.
And
like, top notch.
And how much are you paying for it?
That one was $5.
Okay.
I'll throw $5 in the sewer as a joke to my friends.
Right.
$5 is not to sound, I hate that sentence, but like $5 is nothing.
Yeah,
right?
you spend more than that when you go out to eat.
I eat for $5.
I'm just saying, like everywhere you go nowadays is like what, $10-15 to just get yourself something to eat.
Yeah, that's not a
$5 to pay for
comparison.
titties. It's fine.
But that's what I mean. Like, I've finally, in my life, gotten to the point. I think a lot of people would say $5 is nothing for many years. I've finally gotten to the point where I'll throw $5 away. And it's not thrown away. It's still nice. And, like, the main thing is that I finally seen what... And there's, like, a great, achievement in that. Like, I've lusted after this for a long time.
There's a great achievement in it, but it's just not being presented as well as it could be.
Right. And I think it takes time. I got in early. I think she's figured it out. I'll double back in a couple months.
Back around, see what's going on.
Because I saw what, I'll be honest with you, in her story, it was an emoji over what was clearly a man's penis, and because there's no dick involved at first.
Mm-hmm.
And there's little to no, like, real, like, money shots. I feel like a lot of women are like, I'm going to get an OnlyFans, and I'm going to get, like, scandalous on it. I'm not
looking for scandalous,
I'm not looking for scandalous. I love you, and I hope the best. I'll throw a couple bucks your way. I want to see lips, buttholes, and areolas. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'd love to see a penis involved.
I want to see the goods.
I think one of the big problems with OnlyFans is a lot of times there's not a human penis involved.
Yeah.
And there's some dudes who are like, don't want that.
And that's fine.
I always need a dick involved.
Like, I kind of want to watch 2 people fuck. Like, I want to
see
fuck. I need to be able to put myself in it,
real penis penetrate you. And it can be the biggest, blackest penis, because I was watching one yesterday. It was one of those Instagram...
Upsets you sometimes.
Pornhub clips. That's 3.
Yeah.
I know I've talked about this to you, because I get caught up on the Snapchat, Instagram, whatever stories.
Yeah.
And it's 3 at a time, which I have to think is ruining your brain.
Yeah,
right.
It's just ruining your brain in general.
3 constantly changing sex
that
acts.
And the fucking video we did on Patreon.
Right?
That's what's ruining your fucking brain.
I need to what do you think I should jerk off to? Old timey porn?
I think you need to go back to jerking off to magazines.
That would be big.
Or if we want to go old school with it, you got to go back to going to websites and finding pictures to print off.
I'm not gonna print them off, but I think I could jerk off to a.
Could you jerk off to a photograph?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to I'm not gonna do my normal jerk off. It's gonna be that hard one where you're really
just trying to get it done.
You know what I mean? Beating your meat.
I mean, I don't know what you're doing, but
I don't think I beat my meat.
I don't know what you think you just showed me that you were doing, but it looked that seems.
If I'm looking at a photo, that's how I have to jerk my dick.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it's a fucking photo.
Right. Yeah.
If I'm watching a video of any sort, I can leisurely.
Yeah, I can have some fun with it.
Spin my hand like I'm 12 again.
Oh my god.
What was the initial point?
Back in 1952.
Yeah, 1952. Yeah, you should have. We barely had spit. To be honest with you,
couldn't even spit after the Dust Bowl. We got spit for Christmas.
Yeah, my mom was like,
"Merry Christmas."
What were children's Christmas gifts in the 50s?
You didn't get beat that day, and you didn't have to go to work.
The good old fashioned. We lost Christmas.
We lost Christmas.
Can we say it?
Yeah, we can say that.
Every year, people spend $8 billion on Christmas lights. That's a true fact. Just don't look it up.
The second we stopped giving away oranges and nuts in the stocking is when the second we started doing that and we got away from the beatings is when we lost the spirit of Christmas.
Back in my day, no Santa Claus.
Back in my day, no Christmas. You went
to
work.
Day, no December.
Back in my day,
just one long winter.
Back in my day,
said it's winter.
Back in my day, no fucking time. Just existing and seasons and shit.
Oh, isn't that worse?
Yeah, it's so much worse.
Which is worse to
you
think
never
of,
know when anything is happening. People are like, "What?" You're like, "What time is it?"
I think I'm older.
You're like, "What time is it?"
You're always older.
You're like, "What time is it?" And they're like, "What? What? What did you just ask me?"
And then they
I think it's later in the day today. It's what in the what?
You mean it got dark out?
You mean it got dark out like it does?
You better not.
You mean God's closing his eyes and then he's gonna open them up again tomorrow? You moron! What the fuck?
Yeah, those are the good old
jackass.
Days. Is it worse to not
have time, or is it more liberating to not have time?
Because time is
knowing
scary.
What time is and then getting it taken away would be not good for your brain. But I think having never known the concept of time.
Would it be I don't know, going to concerts every month and then having that taken away? Would that be not good for my brain?
Yeah.
Slim?
Oh, yeah. Would it be like not being able to go out and do the things I do with my friends all the time all year?
Would that be like not being able to go to a normal bar and play songs? And then when you do play songs, people say that you shouldn't have played those songs. But you're like, well, I haven't.
Then why are they on the jukebox?
Yeah.
Like,
and
why
that's
do you have them?
another person's point. And I'm like, that. And also, you've done this. And then this is a very specific conversation. Ooh. Ooh.
The very specific compilation we're in.
Yeah, we're in a. I don't want to freak everyone's mind out, but we are just living in a compilation. People say, "Are you living in a simulation?" I say,
"I'm living in a compilation." People say, "Are you?" People say life is like the Matrix, and I say it's like the Matrix if the Matrix was a compilation.
Because I've been coming. Not fantastically.
Technically, I mean, because you know how they say you never really stop clapping. It's just longer between each clap. You never stop living in the compilation. It's just longer breaks in between when the shots are in the compilation.
When was the last time you compilated?
I don't want to talk about it.
Was it on the way here?
It might have been while I was.
Was that why you took so long?
Might have been while I was at the self-check getting the beer. I'm looking at the little camera. Sure. I'm like,
no, I hate that camera. Have you been in a store where they play back that camera?
What do you mean when they play it back?
They'll play. So you go to Walmart, and if there's you know how sometimes this shit just doesn't work, and it's like, put the thing in the bag, and you're like, I put the thing in the bag.
Right, yeah.
And or if something rings up wrong, you call someone over. Now, from what I've experienced, they'll play it back in front of your eyes.
They'll watch you ringing it out?
We'll both watch me ring up the thing a minute ago. And it is one of the worst things that can happen.
Because you got to watch your dumb fat body just be...
Yeah, because there's a difference. You know, when you look... you know, when you look up at that camera and you adjust.
Yeah,
you
because
do with anytime you see yourself. You
yeah,
look
but
up,
then
yeah, but then
chin
out, chin out, Nose up. What's up?
Yeah, because I'm sitting there with 3 chins and T-Rex
and
arms.
And then someone has to come play back you with 5 bags of candy, and you're like, it's Halloween. And they're like, Halloween's canceled, and you're going to eat all the candy. And I'm like, I don't know if you can make this judgment call.
They're like,
you work at Walmart. And then sometimes you have to ring up beer, and we're together, and you're stealing a hat, and I don't want to call a bunch of attention to it. But then that guy's a fucking dick, and then you weren't mean enough to that guy, and I think about it.
I don't even remember this.
You remember when we bought the Budweiser cowboy hats?
Okay, yeah.
We're at Walmart. Remember that was a confusing mess because the one part of our party that's always a confusing mess was making it a confusing mess. We went and we bought cowboy hats, and it was the self-checkout, and I rang up beer, and the guy came up and he asked for my ID. He looked younger than me, so it's always a ballsy thing. And he looked at it, and he looked at me, and it took so long that I started laughing because I was like, this is insane that this is happening. And then he was like aggressive, and he was like, why are you laughing? Is this not real? And I was like, are we really doing this? And he's like, now I need to see his ID. And it was your ID, and you were stealing that cowboy hat.
Yeah.
And then you were like really nice to him, and it was one of those times where I was like, I hope this guy dies moments after I leave.
I think it's because I wasn't paying attention. I think
it was too, but I was like,
I think it's because I was so
focused at you, and I was like, I can't believe that you.
I think it's because I was so focused on stealing the cowboy hat that I wasn't paying attention to your drama. No offense, no pun.
That guy was such a piece of shit.
Yeah, I hope he's dead.
I do too. But then you were like, have a great day. And I was like, I can't believe
I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know.
I hope on the way home I'm able to crash my car specifically. Like I love to think of a tree, slim side.
Oh. Well, I didn't know he did that to you.
Yeah, we should go back.
See if he's still working there.
Walmart on Riverside, self-checkout. Ding, ding, ding. He's a fucking stupid little bitch looking
asshole. If you're a little bitch looking asshole, and you work at Walmart, call 4027 Dapper, and we can square up in the parking lot.
Yeah, please. I'm still looking for that.
If you're the security guy that worked there that definitely thought I was stealing one time when I sure as shit wasn't, and you chased me into the bathroom, call 4027 Dapper. I'll never forget that day because I had to shit so bad, and I was like looking for a bathroom, and I think that's probably why you thought I was stealing, because I'm like walking around like
you were stealing a big dookie.
Yeah, I was stealing a big old. I was stealing the Browns at the Super Bowl, and they had to get dropped off because it was kickoff time, baby. And I remember because it was like I walked into the bathroom, ran into the stall, slammed the door, and pulled my pants down. And you don't want to just unload in public like that when there's someone else in there, right. Because you're like, no, they're just going to think I'm a big farter all the time, and I'm full of farts.
This is all I do is like just gonna think every time I go into a store, I have to run the bathroom.
They're going to think this is how I shit. They think I shit like this.
I can't shop. I can't go try jeans on. I got all these farts in me.
I got all these farts in me. I got to get all the farts out, and then maybe I can try on the pants. I shouldn't have gone to B-Dubs and done the Blazing Challenge after getting 20 boneless on Thursday.
You shouldn't have.
But now I have to go try on jeans because I forgot it's wear jeans to work week, and I don't have any good jeans that don't have holes in them or say fuck on the side.
Say juicy on the ass.
Say juicy on
let
the.
me tell you, in that bathroom, my ass was juicy.
Let's say juicy on the ass and fuck log on the front.
Yeah, the crotch or down the leg.
It says fuck log on either side of the leg, pointing to the cock.
The crotch is grotesque.
The crotch is also weirdly sewn like those girls' yoga pants that you see, where it tries to accentuate the butt cheeks by being like a seam down the middle, but it just makes everything look wrinkly and tight together. Yeah. It's like that. It's really like a wrinkly, bedazzled seam in my pants that says "fuck log" pointing to my cock and juicy on the ass cheeks. And I've unfortunately eaten 20 mango habaneros and 10 blazins, and I'm full of farts and can't try on normal pants at this Walmart because the security guard followed me into the bathroom and just clearly sat in the stall next to me to see if he could hear me ripping packaging open.
Instead he heard you ripping
and
that
instead he heard me.
How long did it take?
Because I was sitting there and I'm like, this guy really thinks he's really trying to catch me stealing. I'm like, I got a shit, and I'm like, okay, here we go. And I just like created a symphony in the toilet bowl.
How long did it take for him to leave?
I heard a snicker, and then like he like.
Which is what you love when you're unloading in public.
Yeah, because that's the one thing I don't want.
More giggles.
You know what this could use? Some laughter, because I know someone's listening to me when I'm like, oh, please don't be listening. As I'm trying.
The only time you know a person is listening. Like, I have to hear what this man in this
it's like
stall
why?
does.
Because it's like I know, and it's like of all the times, of all the places, of all the ways I had to shit, it had to be in that time at that moment. I'm trying to. Yeah, and then I started shitting everywhere, and then I'm pretty sure I started getting really comical about the noises because I was like, you want to come in and...
You think I'm stealing?
You think I'm stealing?
Listen
I'll show
this.
you what I'm packing away. And then he was like, oh my God, and he ran out because the force of God willed him to.
Everyone, huddle in the bathroom. This is the most... magnificent
sound I've ever heard. It's just me ripping ass.
He's like, I was an atheist until I saw this man shit.
He was an atheist until the power.
He looked under the stall just to make sure.
He like grabbed it. He like, you just see two hands like come up on either side and just woo, like the guy's working on a car. He's like, you made me believe in God.
He's wiping greasy hands. He's like, that's the most fucked up motor vehicle I've ever seen.
This is the most fucked up way to believe in God.
You gotta change your oil more.
I gotta start going to church more.
Yeah. He spits in his hand and starts jerking off.
Oh, with the oil? Just starts giving himself like he's trying to start
Might be nice.
He's like trying to start a fire with it. Like he's not even like jerking. He's like, puh, and then he's like that.
You know what twigs are called?
A bundle of twigs?
I don't want to make any wild assumptions.
I don't want to make any wild accusations, but if you're spinning your cock around like you're trying to start a fire.
Do you think there's something better that we could jerk off with that we haven't tapped into yet? Like motor oil? Or...
I think there's only one way to find out.
Ooh, I bet it gets in your pee hole and it feels like shit.
Yeah, it's got to feel off. I would say a gauntlet of jacking off.
I mean, I do that every week.
A gauntlet of lubricants.
That's my Sunday if I really get into browsing the internet.
Is that why we couldn't record tomorrow? Because we had to let you
I have a couple things.
I guess
I have a brunch. I have a tattoo consultation that I don't understand, and I have a gauntlet of masturbation that I also don't understand. It starts as one video, but then I'm on Reddit and I see a GIF, and the next 4 hours of my day are gone.
Yeah, it's over with.
I have to tell my secretary, cancel all my meetings.
You have to call me, and you're like, shut the dungeon down.
Up.
Pull the blinds up, lots of sunlight in there so you can see all the dust particles
Gotta get in.
flying
They cut
around.
that tree down in front of my house finally.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. You were at my house after it's been cut. What, you don't recognize it? Except that one time you came to my house and you were like, Lawrence, looking a little shaggy. First thing you say to me. And sometimes...
Wow, you really hang on to that. That was just me fucking around.
I'm hanging on to a lot of things.
I know, that's what I hate. That's what I hate is I'm just like fucking around 99% of my life.
You have the impeccable capability. I don't know if it's because we know each other more than I know a lot of people, but you have this impeccable quality about you. Sometimes it'll be the first thing you say to me is one of the few things in my life that is really on my nerves. Like the fact that I came on my lawn because they came to flag my lawn because they're going to cut this tree down. And I'm like, when are they going to cut this tree down? And it takes 5 months for them to cut the tree down. I started mowing the lawn around the flags, which is also irritating. Then they didn't even care about the flags when they cut the tree down. And the first thing you say when you show up, you hug another part of the dad squad. And to me, you go, lawn's looking a little shaggy. That's the thing you don't tell another man. Are we not dads? Have we not built this brand?
That's what I'm saying.
Dad
to dad. I figured I could tell you your lawn's looking a little shaggy. You might do something about it.
When we're grilling, that's the
fair.
time.
That's fair.
You walked up and you said, "Lawn's looking
first impression." Because I hadn't hung out in months. It was the first impression. I hadn't been over in so long.
And you left my goddamn neighborhood.
And you couldn't even give me a heads up. You couldn't even be like, "Hey, lawn's gonna be a little shaggy when you come." It's a courtesy. It's like, "Hey, living room's a little messy. I just got home from work and didn't have time to pick up today."
Living room's a little messy. I've been having a gauntlet of masturbation.
Living room's a little messy.
I got a big TV and I
living room's a little slippery. There's a gauntlet of masturbation that's been happening. Lawn's a little shaggy.
I'm over here. I'm over
there, and I go, lawn's a little shaggy, and he slips on some olive oil he was using. That was going to be tester number 7, but he slipped all over it when I mentioned the lawn, and then we just couldn't get back.
Olive oil would be great.
Olive oil would probably be amazing.
What if you jerked off with? Talking lube or what are we talking? Like a
device, a tool,
not
toy?
A device, but a lubricant, but not
a lubricant, but lube. like you want not something one would.
Yeah, I don't know what the word we're looking for.
I mean, as like a kid, I used shampoo. Found out the hard way you don't do that.
We've all done that.
So
I mean, you got lotion, you got shampoo. You lose.
You liquid soap like your Axe
spitting
body
in your
wash,
hand.
spitting.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know if I've really dove into.
Yeah, I've never really done. Like I've never.
Because I had a friend.
There's things I could think of.
I had a friend, and we've been talking about this recently, and I think we've talked about it on the podcast. And if we have in the last 10 episodes, it's clear that we're just letting everything go. I had a buddy that a long time ago, almost a decade, because I was talking about him earlier, told me
that I should have, if I'm with a lady and she's not into the full-blown bang-bang boogie, jerk me off with baby oil.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And I've never had that happen. And as I've said recently, I've become more, I won't say accustomed because it hasn't really happened, but I'm more open to the idea of just being jerked off.
Yeah.
At this point in my life, I'm not always, I've been really giving it like D grade. I don't know why. Do you ever get in a rut where you're just not performing well?
Yeah, it happens. Men, let's talk about it.
I know. And it's
okay to get into a rut. It happens sometimes.
But it's like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because
I was doing great. I was doing top-notch work a couple weeks ago.
You know and then because it's like, what happened? What changed? What's different? You know?
And then I'm just stuck in this rut, and I'm like, it's not as hard as I would like it to be. And then the worst thing, which I feel like we've talked about before, is when it's not getting up to snuff,
up to par,
as people would say, because I'm going to kill a woman with it. So snuff. And then when it finally all gets to going, you're done. And you're like, what did we do here?
Right.
Everything that could have went wrong has went wrong.
Right. It's like
it wouldn't work, and then as soon as it can work, we're done. And
right. It's like as soon as you get there, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm signing off.
Yeah, and you're like, we just showed up.
We just
it's
got
like walking
here.
in the party, saying hi to all your best friends, and leaving.
Just leaving immediately.
You didn't even drink a beer? You
gotta at least stop and drink a beer.
You haven't seen him in forever, and you guys used to be tight.
You guys used to be so
just
tight.
Like,
and
oh, what's up? And you leave.
You just locking eyes across the room,
just
giving
come
him
in
a
and
piece.
leave, and you're like, yeah. Only it was worse because I couldn't get hard and I ejaculated immediately.
Oh, God.
In the party.
R.I.P. That is like, yeah. That is, ladies, that is a pain that I don't think you all can understand.
Yeah, and it's nice when they're like, I get it. Because it happens.
Oh, but they're disappointed. There's no way around it.
Even if they're not disappointed at all, I'm so disappointed.
I'm so disappointed in myself because I know I can perform better.
You can't tell me anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I know I can perform
better. And I can't even sign up for a second round because after that show, After
that shit show, I'm overthinking everything. I'm like, oh my God, can I even fuck normal again?
Yeah, I know. Am I going to bounce back from this?
If no one's ever told you that, ladies, your guy, if he doesn't fuck good, he needs a lot of reassurance because he's going to think he's going to fuck bad for the rest of his life because that's all it takes is one bad fuck for us to think it's going to be bad forever.
Yeah, and then you get in a rut, and I'm not saying they're all bad, but I'm like...
But like you start noticing a trend where you're like...
star quality.
Yeah, this is not what would be on this is not what would be on the greatest hits reel.
This is a bench warmer dick, and I need something to change.
I need a home run. That's what I need.
I need something to let me know. You know what I mean? We don't have to win the season, but I need one game to show me that we have some players in the fucking field.
We need
We're
something
not
for the
all
fans.
in the fucking dugout with our hands in our
We need
hands.
something for the fucking fans. You know, they're out here cheering us on, supporting us. What are we out here doing?
It sucks.
Out here showing up half hard, and then as soon as we get there, we're done.
No, and you hate it because you're like, once I get in there, I'll get harder.
Yeah, because you're like, once I get in there,
got a worm. And
you got a gummy worm, and if you're
you can put that in a person.
You can start smashing with a gummy worm.
And it
just give it like a little bit, start moving
around. But then it feels like when it's a gummy worm, I don't know if it's more feeling in it, but I think that's what leads
it's more
to
sensitive. Like your body's like this is
not as hard.
Is it like is your body like, okay, we're in here, this is as good as it gets, and like your brain is betraying you.
This is warm and nice. I'm gonna come right now.
This is warm and nice. We're just gonna do this, and you're like, okay, how about we had a game plan here, and you're not sticking to it, and I don't know what I can do.
But yeah, I had a buddy who was like, get jerked off with baby oil. I've never done it. I'm not getting jerked off really in general, but I'm open to it. As an adult, I get older.
Yeah, I'm open to it.
And you have it like when it's like
I'm not gonna lie. If I was like if I was like able to like if I was gonna go out to like a bar and stuff like that, and like there was a girl there, you know, we'd lock eyes, send a drink down to her. She gives me the wink. I come over. We're talking. 20 minutes later, we're out back in the alley after a cigarette, and she's aggressively just jerking me off. I would kill for that. I would kill for just
come in an alley?
Just to get an aggressive hand job? Like, that'd be fun.
I don't know about aggressive, but
you know what? A passionate hand job.
I would love to come in an alley.
A passionate hand job.
Oh, yeah. Someone who
like she's
knows
really,
what they're doing.
Yeah, like she really...
Because aggressive scares me. You know
when
I
mean? When I say aggressive,
I know
mean
what you're
like,
looking for.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I know exactly
what
you mean.
It's like just the master with the grip.
Girls will be
they'll just mashing it. They're punching it.
Hard.
They're doing this and hitting the balls,
and we're done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, deal with just hitting stuff. It's like you're just tugging. They're tugging it wrong.
Yeah, and it's
always the tug.
Tugging. Yeah, it's like you're
it's
trying
not
to pull it off of my
ladies,
body.
it is not a tug knife.
No,
we're not tugging. It's a stroke.
It should leave your hand. It shouldn't come with you.
Yeah, like the base should not like.
Yeah,
I don't know how to press this issue enough. It's not a tug. Stop tugging on it.
And you know what, ladies? If we're gonna get into it, I feel like in almost all of my experiences, I'm not getting tugged enough when we're getting into it. I'm like really, you know what I mean?
I hate to be that guy.
I'm throwing it out there.
I'm throwing out the mouth, the hands,
and I'm like, "What's up?" Like,
let's do this. And then mine's just getting
quid pro quo.
I'm just getting kind of like squeezed and like
quid.
Hold
on. Shut up. Quid pro quo. Why I do this?
You did it. Quid pro quo.
Not quid pro quo, which is when a bird comes up and eats your dick.
The quid bro crow?
Yeah, that's when two men jerk you off and you don't even have two dicks.
But they're fighting over it and they're punching each other. I'm going to jerk them off and they're just tugging it. No baby oil. Just dry tugging.
But yeah, like
the dry little tugger.
Grab a dick. This is a horny episode, right? Is this what the last 10 are going to be?
Yeah.
Just horny?
Are we horny? Yeah, we're
I think I was horny, but
I've been horny, so like I knew that it was going to lead to
I've
this.
been drinking, which inevitably leads to horniness.
And
if you want to make me horny, listeners, drinking and water. Being in water makes me insatiably horny. More than anything, I think.
That's interesting.
If I'm in a body of water, we've been in body of waters together, I'm horny. Just so you know.
Yeah,
next time we're in a body...
Is that the vibe I've been picking up?
I am horny. I'm so aggressively... Not like in the moment. Like I'm not just hard in the water, like floating around. But like being in a body of water for a long time, as soon as I get out, I would love if every time I was able to rail a human being. It just makes me horny. Do you agree or disagree? Not specifically.
I disagree. Really? Especially when I'm out of the water.
I don't know what it is. Just being in the water and floating around. And
I mean, I really love being in the water. I don't know. I don't get horny in the water.
I get big horny, and it's forever. I think
I'm a horny cuddler. That's my. See, I'm a snake like that.
That feels like, of course. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. My water is one where you're like, not everyone is in water. Yeah. Like, I'm horny. Cuddling, I'm always horny. It's implied.
I'm just trying to think of a situation like that where it's like water where it makes me horny. I'm just like, I've got a billion things, and I'm like, no, those are all very normal.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, that's my, if I'm drinking a bunch, and especially if I've been out and I'm just looking at people.
Getting a nachos party pack and watching all the fat asses walk out of the Walmart, yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah, I mean... That's again like
a normal
cuddling.
thing. That's just a normal thing.
We all do that, and we're all very horny about it.
I catch you across the parking lot also with a party pack of nachos.
We look at each other with binoculars.
Yeah, we see each other in the binoculars. So
we both immediately look down at each other's dicks. Whoa, that's huge.
And then we immediately look over at each other's nachos, and we're like, he's not even eating them. They're gonna get soggy.
He just got them to get them?
He just got
What
them?
does his nachos even have on it?
He doesn't have nachos. Meat? It's beans.
I gotta go get. I haven't eaten today.
Oh, bro, I got a party platter of nachos last night that was so beautiful.
From where?
Taco Bell. Yeah.
I thought we were done.
I thought I was too, and then I thought I was.
How they get us.
I thought
gotta be strong, brother. Solidarity.
I thought I was.
I thought we were in this together. I've been driving past Taco Bell, just going.
See, so have I. I've been
you.
doing it. I'm like,
no,
today. Not you, not today. But then
I have been faithful to my brother, and I have not eaten a Taco Bell since the night we ate.
You haven't eaten a Taco Bell.
I ate it on a very significant day. But you heard about this story.
Yeah.
And that was the worst day to eat Taco
Bell.
Bell.
It was the worst day to eat Taco Bell.
And I said, I screamed. Everybody screamed. It was the whole
Everybody
thing.
Screamed about how you should be eating Taco Bell.
Which has been almost a month. I haven't eaten Taco Bell.
Yeah, it's been a month. Yeah, it was about a month for me too, I would say.
You did it yesterday.
Yeah, I was going to say after
the butts.
Yeah, I was jerking off to the butts and eating the party platter of nachos.
What else have we masturbated with as far as the lubricant? You got anything else?
I can't think of any. I'm sure I have.
I feel like there's got to be something interesting.
I tried to fuck a watermelon as a kid.
Okay, I don't feel like you've told this story.
I know I've told this story.
Well, tell it again. Last 10 episodes. Maybe we're just going to reiterate.
I saw things online about like fucking
How old were you?
I was like Like 6th or 7th grade.
26.
This was right before I came.
Don't tell me grades, because I don't understand
It was
the
like
correlation. 12?
12, 13,
That
somewhere
seems like
in there.
a fuckable age.
Yeah,
that feels like an age when you
Yeah,
I just mean you can fuck 12 or 13-year-olds.
Wow, so you just really just ran right back into it. Okay, Rudy Giuliani.
Did you watch that?
Yeah, of course I watched it. Just
He
just said, don't worry, I'm tucking because I don't want her to get the wrong idea. It's a tuck. I've done it 100,000 times. If you haven't tucked your fucking shirt in, it's not wrong to tuck your shirt in.
Sacha Baron Cohen is a genius.
He's a genius.
I've said this for years.
It's not wrong to tuck your shirt in. Get Proud Boys tattooed on your ass 100 times. It's not gay. I did it.
But yeah, please. You're 12 or 13.
So 12 or 13, 12 or 13, and of course I'm on the internet all the time jerking off to 8 hours of porn a night because it's a summer vacation. And I'm not even kidding you. As soon as I figured out what porn was, the first night I remember I was up till the sunrise.
Do you remember the first night you found pornography?
Yes, but I can't remember like the exact things I found, but I remember
you just found sex with two people.
It occurred to me. I can tell you exactly.
But you've seen magazine?
Mm-mm.
You hadn't seen. Your first thing was video?
Well, pictures.
Okay. All right. I thought you went straight video, and I was like, how have we not covered this?
So I had never looked at a porno magazine until after I had seen videos.
This is the horniest episode ever.
Yeah, this is the horniest episode ever.
Last 10, baby.
Last 10, baby. They're gonna get horny. But I never looked at like a porno magazine or anything until, because remember I had seen the monstrous pile of them in my dad's and buddy's garage.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy fucking shit! Like it just like terrified me because it was like just stacked up to the ceiling.
And to be honest, I don't know.
It's dark. Like when you're a kid, you're like, that's fucking weird. Like why does this guy have a bunch of magazines of asses?
And just seeing naked people makes you feel uncomfortable because that's just how this works. I wonder if it's the same for women.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
The first time I saw a vagina, it was jarring.
Yeah, it was like, whoa.
I wasn't having a good time.
Yeah, like the first time
I see a vagina and I'm like,
eating
the magazine or whatever I can do to become
sniffing
closer.
it, trying to see if it's a
I want to become one with God, but through a pussy.
I'm like trying to see if the magazine is like a cologne sample where I can like rub it into myself.
I'm scratching through it, and it also was found at a dump next to a body.
I found it behind the Happy Walk. Oh, which one?
Which one?
All of them. Going to all the happy walks. Going to all the happy walks.
I hope it's one of my favorite ones.
Oh, the one
State Street?
Yeah.
Across from McDonald's?
Yeah, damn right.
It's
definitely
the best one.
not the one on 11th Street. That one's the worst one.
No. I drove down that street.
They yell at you over the phone when they don't like your order.
What about the one downtown by the Metro Center? That never felt like it should have been a happy
I don't even know how that one's still open, if we can be 100% honest with each other.
I don't either. My dad said he knew the guy that owned it, and I think that was a lie.
That's a bullshit lie, yeah.
Your
dad doesn't know anybody.
My experience with my father in retrospect as an adult is like watching episodes of Maury, when Maury's like, the lie detector proof that was a lie. Because I just think of things my dad said to me, and I'm like,
that was a fucking lie.
That couldn't have possibly been accurate.
No.
And they're much crazier than maybe knowing the guy who owns the Happy Walk. That's possible. That's feasible.
That's a very feasible thing, but why lie about it?
But like crazier things where I'm like, there's no way that happened. And here we are. I'm learning.
And here we are on the horniest episode talking about your dad.
He's a horny man.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
I know. I had a story I was about to say it, then I'm not gonna.
Good.
But I would like to tell you because I want you to know.
Yeah, I'll hear it after the show.
I want you to carry my
I'll carry the burden. Yeah, that's what we do. We're very close. Yeah. One of my best friends. I carry
J Bears, the bar no one goes to in Rockford. That's probably closed.
J Bears, the bar, closed.
J Bears. My dad said to me.
But no, I remember the first time I saw a fully naked woman, it was jarring because I was like,
it's horrifying.
Well, because it's almost weird in a way because you see people with clothes on all the time, and then suddenly see.
And
it's weird seeing a person's face on a naked person's body.
Yeah,
at first.
And it's ingrained to you, of course, as a child. Because I loved to blast a full moon when I was a kid. My favorite thing was to show my ass. It's all I did aggressively until I realized that my balls were falling out as well, and I was told to stop. But you're told as a kid, which I think is a good thing, that you shouldn't just be naked.
Right,
so when you and you see it in movies and you see boobs, so you're like, I know I like that, if that's your cup of tea. Mm-hmm. You see what you like, you know what you like. But then when you add the vagina and the bottom onto it, because the vagina is such a crazy different thing.
Especially when you're a little boy and you're used to what you have.
Even as an adult, I see a vagina, and if you really see it, you're like, this thing's crazy.
This is
Because
wild,
how often are you like really getting
a full frontal look
at a
at
vagina
like
without a thing going into it, just really observing all of it?
I mean, these days on Twitter, a lot.
I don't think I'm really seeing it.
I've got things to show you later.
But I feel like I'm not seeing just like a vagina. I'm seeing things put in it, touched. It's being gaped open.
I got some
spit
things.
into.
I got some things I can show you later.
I see a bowling pin going. Like
I see octopus tentacles sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, we all.
I see lots of things,
but they gotta blur the dicks.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. But no, I remember I was like, I'd figured out how to jerk off, and I was like, I
don't want to interject, but I have a story that I have to tell, but continue.
Okay.
Just jerking off.
Please remember it.
It's just jerking
Just
off.
please remember it. Okay. I know we always forget, but please remember it.
Because I haven't forgot it since I heard it a week ago.
Okay. But I was like, because I was thinking, because of course, me being a young man, my dad was like, oh yeah, you don't want to be one of those guys that's just addicted to porn, And I'm like, addicted to porn? How does that happen? He goes, oh, well.
How could that?
I'm like, how does that possibly? And of course, he's like, oh, well, you start as one of these guys that just you buy one magazine, and then there's pictures, and you got pictures, and you got to move on to videos, and then you got to start watching videos of weird stuff and crazy stuff.
So where we're at in our lives.
Yeah, so where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
And so, basically, and then I'd forget where it goes past that, but I'm sure it's where we're headed.
You don't want to know.
Oh, if only I could remember.
It's better to hit it.
It's better to just forget. But no, I remember I know I've said this on the show. I went to Google and I just typed in like lady boob on Google Images. And of course it was like.
Which is still my number one search.
Which is, today even.
It's the easiest way to find what I'm looking for.
You just look at all my recent searches: lady boob, woman boob, bear boob, boob out, single boob, two boobs.
I don't know if I've said this on here, but for one episode we talked about.
Naked lady, naked boob.
A woman, for some reason, when I make the artwork, I have to Google things. This was on my time hub today. I've had to Google things that aren't that crazy, and the Google image results have been unbelievable. Things I never imagine I would encounter. When we started doing the show, we never thought we'd be here. At this point, I'm prepared to say things that I didn't think I would say, and hear about things, and in research or hearing what you say, and I gotta look into it, I'll find things. One time for some episode, it was a long time ago. It was, if you're a true Dapper Dad fan, we've had 3 different styles of episode artwork, so it was in the middle one, if you're a true Dapper Dad fan. And one of them, for some reason, was like talking about a girl pissing her pants, and I had to Google image search a thing like that to try to find it, and I found a GIF of a woman pissing her pants, and I hate to say it, but it turned me on far much more than I could have ever imagined.
Is this like the GIF with the like that?
Okay, I got a new phone yesterday.
Okay.
And one of my goals before getting the new phone was to close out the over 100 tabs I had open on my browser, because it felt like I want a fresh start. Worked it down from over 100 to 30. I had that like just one of my tabs was just that. And I rewatched it, and I want to tell you, I've grown as a person. I've moved past it. I watched it, and I didn't even find it horniest in the slightest. I found it a little disgusting, to be honest. It feels great. You don't hear it enough.
Growth.
And we might say a lot of horny, weird things.
Yeah.
But we don't double back and be like, I've grown past that.
Yeah.
I don't look at that anymore. And I don't watch piss porn.
So we want to put that out on the record. We do not watch piss porn.
But this was like I do have a thing, and I don't know what the search term would be, and I'm looking to figure it out. But it was like an embarrassment. Like, she peed her pants, and it was more that cute. Like, I'm a little embarrassed, but I know.
Okay.
I
know exactly
every guy
what
listening
you mean.
was like, bing!
But what is the word for it?
Yeah, it's like...
Text, call, FaceTime. 402-7-dapperdadspodcast@gmail.com, Twitter, Instagram, somebody.
We won't
If you have the word for it, if you can figure out what tag it is, bashful?
Bashful feels good.
Bashful feels
I'll go home
right.
and Google bashful.
Yeah, I'll go to Pornhub and search bashful as soon as we're done.
I'll find that Reddit. I found a Reddit the other day of a thing. We got to talk. I
know
it's the last 10 episodes, but I found a category that I was glad someone finally put it into a Reddit/r/this word, and I was like, where have you been my whole life? I've been looking for this. And I didn't know we could sum it up with this. This is not the word I would use. Don't love this word, but this is what I love. Anyway, I don't even know where we were.
I don't either. Yeah,
talk about this episode's horny, but that was a whirlwind of horny.
That was
I just thought of like several different things. I can still see that girl peeing her pants in public, and I want to re-emphasize as the Dapper Dads as a brand, we are not into piss.
We're not into piss. We don't promote piss. We don't want
piss.
But
if the lady accidentally pisses her pants a little bit and looks real bashful about it,
if the lady does something that makes her act that bashful, let's just say that
she's a little embarrassed, but she knows she's playing into it. You know what I mean? Because I think the average woman pussy. I wonder what I was going to say.
I don't know.
I think the average woman pussies. I think. All right. I don't think I'm wrong.
No.
I think that might be the most right thing I've ever said.
The most right thing? That might be
the most politically correct thing I've ever said. I think the average woman pussies. Agree or disagree?
The average woman pussies? Agree. 100% agree.
Thank you. We finally figured everything out. I'm glad these last 10 episodes are going to just be us breaking ground.
Really letting people know what's up. You know,
for
we
160
some episodes.
Something episodes. But we're finally getting our Mount Rushmore, and it's horny.
Mount Dadmore. It's just so fucking horny that they couldn't even
finish
it.
You can't. You don't want to go.
Don't even get near it.
Don't
get within 5.
But if you do, wear a
tarp.
Poncho?
I guess they're technically, but not like the.
Wait, what am I thinking? Because it's in a song I was just listening to. Oh, it's that song I can't tell you about because I got it.
Rain poncho. Because because you can like have a cloth poncho.
Yeah, poncho. Yeah, I think I'm thinking poncho, but raincoat. Raincoat feels horny. Let's go raincoat. Raincoat's what you call condoms. Raincoat. Horny.
Let's just say if you're within 500 feet of Mount Dadmore. If you're within 500 feet horny feet of Mount Dadmore, you will get wet.
Yeah, it's like an early Gallagher show before it was his brother.
It's like when you go to the waterfall, the
TLC.
No, the
R.I.P.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
You shouldn't.
I don't want no scrub.
But yeah. Because, hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride trying to holler at me?
Creep.
Me?
Creep.
And so I creep. Was there more to your story? I don't know where we're at.
I know
the story I have on deck.
I was just talking about the first time I found porn, and I went like boob, lady boob.
Yeah, and you spent 8 hours?
No, and then I was just like, sex. And then like it just, that opened up the wormhole, and it was just everything that you could possibly find. And I was like, oh my God, you really can just find this everywhere on the internet.
Do you remember how long it was from that moment to seeing something very graphic and uncomfortable, something we are very well versed in now that we don't bat an eye at?
Yeah.
Like a throat fucking or something where you first see that and you're like, whoa. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Oh my God. Like, I thought people had like beautiful sex.
Yeah.
As a kid, I thought people made love.
Yeah.
And then eventually I saw a videotape, a VHS tape, because I'm ancient, and people were doing things in it that I'll never forget. And that's when, like, my brain broke, and now I've become the horny monster that's chasing after a throat fuck.
Yeah.
A jizz in the throat, not in the mouth.
The one that broke me was a German scat film that I didn't know was a German scat film until it was happening. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know that was like a joke or a thing until it was.
I didn't know that was a joke or a thing.
Well, because you know how there was like, oh yeah, German scat film, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know.
Some people find it funny. Some people find it arousing.
Some people find it arousing. Because like I'm watching it, it's just like a guy and a girl just having regular, normal sex, you know. And then like, it's suddenly like edited almost like an interview, and she's like just sitting there and she says something in German, and she said Scheiße, and from what little I knew of German, I knew that was shit. Mm-hmm. And then she's like no Scheiße in mine, and I'm like okay, and I'm tentatively jerking it because I'm jerking it like 19 times in an evening watching this. Yeah. And
you're prepping for the
it's like burned in my brain. It was just the guy standing over the girl, and like you could just see his gaping asshole, and she's just standing underneath it, and he just shits in her mouth. And it's one of those things where it's like, you shouldn't be watching it, and like I'm so like, wow, what the fuck is this? But like I can't stop watching it because I'm like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, it's like that's one of those things that breaks your brain. You're like, oh, sometimes people are fucking disgusting. I meant
just like the normal porn we watch, like just a rough sex, but yeah, also a person shitting on another.
Well, that was the first thing I saw where I was like, oh, so it's I feel not like I didn't just nice.
See that. I seen like aggressive, rough sex. I saw your regular. I saw boobs in movies. This is my timeline of my life. I saw boobs in movies. I saw boobs in pictures. I saw a vagina fall out of a picture too. Not like it fell out, but like I unraveled the centerfold. Angel in the centerfold. And then I saw people have sex on film.
Talk some shit.
Then I saw people have aggressive sex on film. And then I saw people shit on each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I worked up to it in the way I would hope if I have a son, he works up to it. I hope I don't have a daughter. Because someone will shit on her. Anyway, so the story I want to tell. I don't love telling stories from other podcasts on our podcast, but this might be the most unbelievable story I've ever heard. And the Dapper Dads are ending in a mere 9 more episodes, so
smoke them while I got them.
If I have to point you towards another direction, the boys from the Workaholics TV show have a podcast now, which feels incredible because I love Workaholics, one of my favorite shows of all time.
Fantastic.
So it's the 3 of them and Kyle from the show, who was the director. And it's called This Is Important. It's available everywhere. I'm going to promote it more than we've ever promoted our podcast. And I tuned in, and it's very funny. You can tell they're like finding their footing with it. But I think it's the first episode. Adam from Workaholics. If you don't know, when he was, I think, 11 years old, he was like crossing a street with his bike, and he was hit by a cement truck and like put into a coma, and he couldn't walk for many years.
Really?
He was told he might never walk again. It's like a very crazy story. I believe on Disney Plus there's some I think LeBron James made something on Disney Plus that talks about celebrities like overcoming things, and I think there's an episode of him. I've heard it on podcasts. Whatever way you can hear it, it's a crazy story.
Yeah.
He basically was told like he would never walk again, and that's how he became funny, because he would just call into like his local radio station and make voices, to the point where they wanted to hire him, and then he came in as a crippled 12-year-old, and they were like, oh, we thought you were an adult, we can't give you a job, you're a kid. But that's like where he like found being funny, and then obviously grew up to be a very successful, handsome man. Whatever. So they were talking on the podcast about like your first time ejaculating as a kid. You jerk off and you feel it. Like you have that like dry cum when you're very young. When you first start into dabbling into this, you have some where nothing comes out. I think most guys experience this. And then you have one where you finally come, and it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's
because you've been having a great time, and then the thing just sprays out of your dick, and it changes. It
changes everything,
and then you're immediately like, "Let's never stop doing this."
Yeah, we're just gonna do this forever
because it's significantly better. Like I wish, as an adult, like I hope when I die and go to hell, for some reason the devil's like, "I'm gonna let you experience," because I want to know what that cum feels like again.
Yeah, just that, because that had to be the best one.
It feels like it would.
Yeah,
you know
that's the one that unlocked everything.
Just because it's the first, like I specifically remember where I was at, what I was doing, how it happened.
Yeah, I can close my eyes and I'm there.
Yeah, like I'm in that bed and I'm jerking off.
I'm in the bathroom. I remember everything. I remember the direction I was facing when I came.
I am in my loft bed, which for people who don't know, because it weirdly comes up a lot, is a bunk bed without the bottom bunk. I had a desk underneath and I had a top loft bed. And I was a kid, and I had figured out lotion makes things better. So I'm jerking off to, and I want to, I don't know what you ever feel like you can't express your love for a thing enough?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was into skateboarding, and in skateboarding magazines, there was a wheel, skateboarding wheels, Hubba wheels, and their ads were outrageous. Like, almost naked women with like wheels over their boobs, big fat ass on a wheel.
Just the type of stuff.
I started to buy Thrasher and Transworld Skateboarding to find the Hubba ad. I would be at Locally and flip to the back and find the ad, and I would go home. I would be like, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna just demolish my penis to this. And that's what it was. I had lotion. I'm in my loft bed. I'm looking up at posters. A Misfits poster had hung above my bed, and I'm just jerking off the Hubba Wheels ad, and then I just ejaculate for the first time, and my life has never known peace since.
That's probably the best way to. Yeah,
I'm chasing the dragon of that cum.
I wasn't even looking at anything.
That's insane.
Yeah, I was literally.
Remind me to show you some of these Hubba ads, because I think even as your current age, you would be like,
okay, I need to go jack off to this.
It was insane.
I had a hard dick, and I was like I just, something in my brain went just like work with it, do something with it. Yeah, like you should do this. See what like because like I just started because like I had it and I was like, oh, it's not going away. Yeah, and then I'm like, oh,
it's weird how you just kind of know.
Okay, yeah, and then like I just keep going, and then I'm like, oh, all right, and then like I came and I was like. I remember, I was looking. I thought I hurt myself. Is what I thought. Like, I thought that,
so horrifying.
I thought that, like, I did something very bad, but like, I've instinctively in my brain, I was like, "Don't tell anybody about this."
Oh yeah, for sure.
But you're gonna keep doing this, okay? I was like, "This is
that's
our
the
deal."
first one. Is because like I jerked off and like I orgasmed, but not ejaculated. And then, shit, just a bunch of shit. Just
it just kind of, all kind of clicks together.
And it might be the only time in your life where you, with blatant disregard to what's about to happen, just come everywhere.
Yeah. Because
you're like touching. You're like,
as we're sitting here talking about this, I know I had to have cleaned it up, but I'm like, did I? I'm like, what did I do? I'm like, did I just like come everywhere and just leave it?
I remember coming everywhere and then immediately doubling back and being like, let's see if lightning strikes twice and then just hubba ad, let's fucking go. And but anyway.
So I remember I jerked off in the bathroom and then like later that night I was like, I wonder if I can do this in my bed. And I did. And I was like, wow, this changes everything. I know. I was like, this changes everything.
I could do this in the kitchen. I could do this in the
basement.
It's like
a Dr. Seuss book.
Can I do this outside?
Can I do this at school?
But you can.
You find out very quickly.
Yeah, they're like, no. They smack it with a ruler, and then you're like, no, man, this.
You're like, oh, this guy.
Now I can be aroused by other things than a skateboard advertisement.
Then a Hubba Wheels.
Hubba Wheels. Yeah, everybody. I don't think it's a company anymore.
Hubba Wheels. Get
but
your
if it
comes
is,
out
everybody, if they have a Twitter or Instagram, bombard them and be like, Dapper Dad's jerked off
to you.
One dad
jerked off to you.
And he'll like, I want to. If it's not a company, I will invest my money. And like, skateboard wheels are a dime a dozen. It doesn't matter. There's no way to sell them except for horny ads.
I will say the first.
I want to find them. Oh, what if I could find the woman that I jerked off to? I don't remember the one specifically that I jerked off to, but I could
ballpark
look through some archives, and I'd love to meet her in person.
That is creepy.
But
are you gonna tell her?
Then it's I'm gonna meet her and be like, "What's up? You work at fucking?
You're a mom now?
Firm? Yeah, you better be a mom now, or I would love
to make you one.
My first cum, and then I come inside of her and make a baby."
Full circle.
I mean,
literally, that's the best definition of full circle one could have.
Documentary about that experience.
They should make a we should make a mockumentary about it.
I like the idea that my child is being mocked.
I like the idea of making a fake documentary that leads up to you coming in the woman. Okay, I'm going to make the documentary.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah, I'm going to make the mockumentary just so you get the opportunity to come in this girl.
All right.
Don't say I never did nothing.
I don't want it to sound as bad as that sounds on paper.
Well, I mean, to give you the opportunity to sit with her and propose the idea of a nice, romantically sexual
I don't want to
evening.
say anything. She can totally say no, of course.
Of course.
But, I mean, if a grown man, I mean, I'm so removed from that kid. But if I come to a woman and I'm like, you were my first ejaculate.
That's also a bad sentence.
I'll figure. Yeah, we'll workshop the wording.
In what way can you tell a woman that you've just met that you've came to her and it's not creepy?
If it's the first cum, it's not creepy.
Oh, it's worse because you're a child, I think. Yeah.
No, it's impossible.
Unless your first cum was at like 21 years old because you were a repressed monster.
Age,
but like,
Hubba Wheels has only been around for a couple of
years. I mean, I could just email the CEO right now
and
get another set
we'll
of wheels.
figure out the Hubba Wheels thing. Everybody help us with this.
Help us with Hubba Wheels.
But
get me the Hubba Wheels archive now.
So the Workaholics podcast, this is important. So they're talking about how you orgasm, you don't come, and when you finally do come, and I can't remember if he said this is his first cum, but he's ejaculated in this story. So he is crippled and can't walk, and so when he has to bathe himself, his mother has to put him into the bathtub.
I don't like where this is going.
It gets better, or worse, but not what you're thinking. So he's like super into jerking off in the bathtub, and so he jerks off and he comes in the bath, and then his toe floats up. And he says it like that, And at first you're like, oh, you know how like some of your body floats up in the water, and it's always weird, like when your little dick floats up in the bathtub. As an adult, your little dick floats up, and you're like, I wish this wasn't here. His pinky toe from the accident, the doctor told him at some point it would probably fall off. So he, as like a kid, jerks off in the bathtub, comes. It might have been for the first time. I wish I had more of the details. And then his pinky toe detaches from his body and just floats up into the tub next to his cum. And he starts screaming and his mom's trying to come in. And then he's like, don't come in here, because he just jerked off in the water. But could you imagine? No. Jerking off and your fucking toe detaches from your body and floats up. And it's funny and he's telling the story like it's nothing. Like how we've told things that we've said on this episode of the podcast. And he goes, you know how I have, to the rest of them, he's like, you know how I have like the little nub instead of a pinky toe? He's like, yeah, my toe just floated up out of the water. And before he starts the story, he's like, this is kind of graphic. And I'm like, I've heard a lot of graphic shit. But it honestly made me feel a little queasy just picturing it. And I don't get queasy for shit. And I'm laughing harder than I've laughed at a lot of things. And I'm also feeling queasy. And I'm like, this is one of the greatest stories ever. Like I said, I don't like to reiterate podcast stories on our podcast, but go listen to that shit. This is important. It was one of the most like unbelievable stories ever.
I can't even fathom.
Your toe falling off of your body when you cum as a kid, like possibly one of your first comes, if not the first cum.
If it's the first cum, that changes.
Your toe just floats up into
the first cum and your toe detaches. You would think you lost a toe every time you came.
I feel like that's what it was, but I don't remember, because then they got into talking about when you come into water and it becomes that weird
like
spider web.
Yeah, like egg
consistency,
cooked,
and you
white,
like need it to get away from you, because
and it won't get away,
you,
and
it's
like
just on you. And you got to stand up and turn it into a shower, and you're just like
trying to wipe this chunked up, hot cooked jizz off of you.
Like so crazy. Ugh. Yeah, ladies, if you don't know, when men ejaculate into hot water, it becomes crazy. Cold water doesn't do the same thing.
Yeah, it's always hot water. It's because it cooks it.
Yeah, and because you're like, you shouldn't be jerking off in a cold tub.
Shouldn't be jerking off into water.
Bath?
Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't be jerking off into water, but as a young man, for sure, you're like, it probably is super tight to come into water.
Yeah.
And while it looks very cool, it immediately comes back to bite you.
Immediately figure out why it sucks.
All over your body, because it's just like. And then you think of all the times you've come on another person.
But it's not like that.
But I mean,
it's easier to clean up.
I usually spray a woman with a water bottle.
A hot water bottle.
All over. And I'm like,
Steaming
this better
hot.
stay warm.
Don't
worry, it won't take
We got to
long.
keep this warm.
I'll immediately come onto your body. Which is a crazy thing I've thought about recently. Like the fact that, like, that's a common thing that you do, is take your penis and ejaculate on another human being. Like, it's one of the 3 ways this works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come in a condom, come inside of the person.
Come on,
spray it all over them.
Or spray it somewhere.
Yeah, but you're not like, I'm going to go into like the hamper and put it in there.
Yeah, I'm not going to
come on the TV.
Thing, you know?
I'm not going to go outside and come in the front yard.
I mean,
and like, as much as we'd love to.
Yeah, we'd all love to be out jacking off in the front yard.
It's just not enough time, because you want to go as far as you can. And then you
that guy
can't
jacking
come
off
back.
in his front yard? It's my yard.
I'm not jacking off. I'm finishing sex.
I'm finishing
which is different.
Sex. Which is actually way hotter than what you should see what I left up there.
Yeah, I had to run out of the room because, like I said, you want to go to the last minute.
I had to run out of the room, and she bit her tongue because I pulled my 3 fingers out too fast.
Yeah. You want to go to the last minute where you pump a little bit inside.
Oh, yeah, and it's scary, and it's sketchy.
You don't tell anyone.
You don't tell anybody.
Just a little something.
Just a little extra, and then they're like, "Did you come with me a little bit?" And you're like, "No, that can't
a little bit."
A little bit as you're looking at it, and the pussy looking like it has the flu.
Just dropping out.
Onto
a deck.
Dropping out into a martini glass.
Out into Pyrex cookware. Like, don't worry, you're gonna drink it after this.
Dropping into
All
Pyrex.
I watch is aggressive porn. I don't know how normal sex works.
Dropping it into the Pyrex, and I turn and I go, I'm the king of the ovenware.
I got the fork, and I'm scared.
I got the wrist.
Whipping the bowl.
Wrist.
We're gonna make a baby, I think.
We're gonna make
if
a baby.
I whip it
in
enough,
this Pyrex.
I bet it's a small baby.
It's a tiny baby
put
in the
it
Pyrex.
Like you,
and then you
no,
rub. Then you no. Yep. Let's stop while we're ahead.
No, well, we gotta figure it out. Where do you go?
You whip it in the Pyrex. Question mark. She gives birth to the baby.
Oh my God! Could you imagine holding your son
in the Pyrex.
And he's 15.
Okay.
And you're like, you were in a Pyrex
after you dripped out of your mother, and I whipped you up and shoved you back up inside her.
Back in.
Is
that how babies work?
I whipped myself like a meringue and put it back inside her.
Yes. Fluffy.
Soft peaks. You want soft peaks.
Yeah, come on. And you're just carefully pushing it in there.
Soft peaks, like a meringue, people. You're like watching the video of me doing. I got a chef's hat on. I'm like, now remember, soft peaks when you're topping the meringue.
I'm watching it, or your 15-year-old son that you're coddling is watching
You're
it?
both watching it, and I'm
coddling your 15-year-old son?
You're coddling your 15-year-old son watching me give the Cajun chef-style instruction video about how you whipped your cum into meringue and shoved it back up inside of his mother, and she
you
gave
the
birth
chef?
To,
like, I come inside, then you do it, and
no, you do it. I'm the chef in the instructional video going, now, mon cher, whip until you have soft peaks.
I like the idea of me doing it. It drips into a Pyrex measuring glass.
I do the cooking.
I pass it to you. I'm like, come on, it doesn't stay alive for
it's like
long.
Master Chef. We've only got like 30 minutes, and I gotta like make I gotta make a meringue
we all
out
come
of
in
your...
and we put our pinky in it.
Yeah, and you, the girl, and I also am a judge for some reason because there's not another third person, but you gotta have three.
You don't want to add.
I keep running back and forth between the roles. I'm like, thank you, chef. I'm like,
and you're really like
I'm
against
critical.
yourself. Yeah,
I'm like, wow, this is shit. Like I've tasted cum meringue in my life, and this tastes like it's fucking rotten. I mean, like I know you only had 30 minutes to do it.
I'm really into a.
I just keep sampling it. You're like, but we still need to shove this in my wife, and I'm like,
it's not ready. It's not ready.
Just big.
You're like, I think you're gonna have to make a new batch.
I think this one's fucked. You're just gonna have to. I mean, you're gonna need you to come in your wife again, and I'm gonna.
What is this episode devolved into? I wanted to say I've been aggressively watching a barbecue cooking show on Netflix. I don't know why. I just want to let that be known. It's a great show. I forget what it's called. Okay. If you're on Netflix, it's the one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's not
the one great barbecuing show.
You don't scroll down. It's like horror movies, binge-worthy TV shows, comedies, barbecue elimination shows where you're like, they eliminated him immediately. He had the most character.
He had the most succulent-looking pork shoulder I've ever seen in my life.
They are. I mean, I'm invested.
I've seen some meats, but I mean,
I have a guy, and it sucks that I can't remember his name, but he's my guy. You know what I mean? If he doesn't win the show, I might kill myself.
I don't care because it's not the guy I see in the TikToks all the time who goes, if it don't fall off the bone, it's free. And then he just shakes the meat off the bone.
No, he's in that.
Is he?
Yeah.
Thank God. Now I'm going to have to watch it.
It's a bunch of hill rods.
Is it the Jones barbecue and foot massage guy too?
Yes, he's there too.
We got dinosaur meat.
They have people who are established cooks, and they have new up-and-comers who have never even competed before. I mean, I don't want to pitch it to you because it speaks for itself.
I'll watch it in 6 months, and then I'll bring it up, and you'll be like,
remember
anything.
I'll be like, who? The guy who had the heart attack and didn't season his meat enough because he's cut back on sodium because of the heart attack, and that almost got him out on the second episode.
Wow.
And then he's like, I gotta start cooking for my people. He also is covered in very fresh tattoos, but he's very old and he talks crazy, like real Southern. He sounds like Boomhauer, and it's I don't know why I'm talking about this. Should we just be done?
Yeah.